a day, we rode together on the quiet stream. The three little maidens, Duckworth and I, and many a fairy tale had been told for their benefit. Yet none of these many tales were written down. They lived and died like summer midges, each in its golden afternoon, until there came a day when one of my listeners begged that the tale be written out for her.
Under the skies of cloudless blue, leisurely gliding time away, heading upstream to find some shade, sleepily drifting on our way, that dreamy English summer's day. All in a golden afternoon, eve of the stories loud and new, little ladies played the tale, longed for a fable to be told. Was in a single voice of bell, against three tongues that never tell. Tell us a story. Tell us a story. Tell us a story. All in a golden afternoon, tales of imagination grew, as the dream crowds took our hands through many adventures all unplanned. Slowly the tears of wonderland did come to us as now they stand. Tell us a story. Tell us a story. Tell us the story.
Full many a year has slipped away that golden afternoon, but I recall it almost as clearly as if it were yesterday. The cloudless blue above, the watery mirror below, the boat drifting idly on its way, the tinkle of the drops that fell from the oars as they waved so sleepily to and fro, and the three eager faces, hungry for news from fairyland. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeked into the book her sister was reading.
What is the use of a book without pictures or conversations in it?
She was considering whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble of getting up and picking the daisies, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her.
I'm late, I'm getting in a terrible state, I'll have to hurry. Getting moving, running out of time, I'm late, I haven't got a moment to waste, I'm getting worried. What am I doing? That's my mind. I'm late, if it doesn't just a minute to wait, she'll have my head up. Getting moving, running out of time, I'm late, if it can't be too short, there'll be no let off. What am I thinking here? That's my mom.
Burning with curiosity, Alice ran across the field. Fortunately, she was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. Alice bent down after it. never once considered how in the world she would get out of it. The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel and then dipped suddenly down. Alice found herself falling down a very deep well.
Down, 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 I feel like falling through the ground. Down, 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 I'm falling, slowly falling down. Down, 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 my world is turning all around. Down, 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 I'm feeling sleepy feelings now. What's going to happen? It seems like I'm falling. We're not unending, and we're never stop. Down, 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 I feel I'm falling through the ground. Down, 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 my world is slowly falling down. Down, 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 my world is turning all around. Down, 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 I'm feeling sleepy feelings now. Falling in darkness, past cupboards and bookshelves, I'm looking around me at pictures and maps. Down, 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 I feel I'm falling through the ground. Down, 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 I'm falling, slowly falling down. Down, 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 my world is turning all around. Down, 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 I'm feeling sleepy feelings now. Where am I going? I can't get my bearings. I'm on such a distance. Where am I going now?
Down she came upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves, and the fall was over. Alice jumped on her feet in a moment. It was dark overhead, and in front was another long passage. The white rabbit was still inside, hurrying along.
Oh my ears and whiskers, how late I'm getting!
What an unusual hallway. I do believe I'm in the rabbit's house. Oh, he's left a key. I wonder if it opens one of these doors.
Alas, either the locks were too large, or the key was too small. At any rate, it wouldn't open any of them. Suddenly, Alice came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. She knelt down, opened the door, and looked along the passage.
The loveliest garden you ever saw. You can find my lovely garden. It's the place I really like to be. Safe inside my lovely garden, with the sunlight streaming down on me. Mountains pure and grass so green, I can hear birds singing in the trees. I must find my lovely garden. It's the place I visit in my dreams. How I wish I could get out of this dark hall and wander about with the scent of bright flowers and those cool fountains. But I can't even get my head through the door today. And even if my head would get through, that would be very little use without my shoulders. If only I could find a way.
shine like a telescope. Perhaps I'll find a book rules that will show me how. This little bottle certainly wasn't here before. Drink me. I shall look first and see whether it's marked poison. Anything marked poison is sure to disagree with me sooner or later. This looks okay though. A mixed sort of flavor. Cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot butter toast. Delicious. What a curious feeling. I must be getting smaller.
And so it was indeed. She was now only 10 inches high. Alice felt a little nervous about shrinking any further, but after a while, finding nothing new happened, she decided to go to the garden at once. But alas, for poor Alice. When she got to the door, she had forgotten the key. And when she went back to the table to get it, she ran across Richard. Cry she cried, it was no use. Alice sat down and cried.
There's no use crying like this. I advise you to stop at this instant.
Suddenly, she noticed a small cake beside her. The words "Eat me" were written on it in icing.
Well, I shall eat it. If it makes me grow larger, I can get the key. And if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. Anyway, I'll get into that beautiful garden. Which way? Curiouser and curiouser. I'm opening up like the tallest telescope that there ever was. Goodbye, feet.
Alice was now more than 9 feet high. At once, she took the little golden key and hurried off to the garden door. Lying down on one side, it was all she could do to look into the garden with one eye. To try and get through was more hopeless than ever. She sat down and began to cry.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A big girl like you, so long crying like this? Stop at this instant.
But she went on crying all the same, shedding gallons of tears until there was a large pool of tears all around her. Suddenly, she heard a little pattering of feet in the distance.
Oh, the Duchess. Won't she be angry if I keep her waiting? I'm late. If the Duchess is too late, she'll have my head off. Better get a move. I'm running out of time. I'm late. If it's gonna do to she'll think I'll be no way off. What am I doing? It's my mind. If you please, sir. I can't stop now. I'll be late. Dear, how strange everything is today. Very curious feeling. I must be getting smaller. It must be the fan.
As she said
Ever.
these words, her foot slipped, and in another moment, splash! She was under her chin in water. At first, she thought she'd somehow fallen into the sea, but soon realized that she was in the pool of tears that she had wept when she was 9 feet high.
Wish I hadn't cried so much. I wish I hadn't cried so much. Only yesterday my life I wish I hadn't cried so much. I wish I hadn't cried so much. Only yesterday my life was not unusual.
I'm sinking and I'm sighing for all my silly crying. I really wonder why I'm here at all. I'm shrinking and I'm growing. I'm coming and I'm going. I'm tired of never knowing who I am.
I wish I hadn't cried so much. I wish I hadn't cried so much. Everything is changed and nothing is the same at all. I wish I hadn't cried so much. I wish I hadn't cried so much. had to cry so long. I wish I changed my life, but it's the same at home. I wish I hadn't cried so long. I wish I hadn't cried so long. But only yesterday my life was not unusual.
Just then, she heard something splashing about in the pool a little way off, and she swam near to make out what it was. At first, she thought it must be a walrus or a hippopotamus, but then she remembered how small she was now. She soon made out that it was only a little bird that had slipped in the pool like herself.
Sorry,
Do we have to listen to his story again?
I'll proceed. The patriotic Archbishop found it in business.
What?
Found it. You know what it means. Found it. How are you now, my dear? I'm a citizen. Your story doesn't seem to drive me at all.
Well, in that case, some of the meeting adjourned for the immediate adoption of more energetic countries. I was going to say the best way to get us dry would be a caucus race.
What's a caucus race?
Now, the best way to explain it is to do it. Here's the course. The exact shape doesn't matter. Stand where you like, you can run where you like, and stuff like that.
In the caucus race, into the starting place. You can live beginning and exactly where you like. In the caucus race, you run at your own pace. You'll be guaranteed to win a prize. You're a better or a sorry sight. If you're feeling cold and wet, come and join the race and you'll get dry. There's no need to be upset. In the caucus race, you choose a starting place. You can live beginning and exactly where you like. In the caucus race, you run at your own pace. You'll be guaranteed to win a prize. No how you play the game. Make up any rules you like. If you get it wrong, well, that's okay. Don't make anyone go mind. In the caucus race, you choose a starting place. You can then begin and live exactly where you like. In the caucus race, you run at your own pace. You'll be guaranteed to win a prize. All this busy running gets you dry and it is funny, but it's really quite exhausting going round and round. All this busy running gets you dry and it is funny, but it's really quite exhausting running round and round. In the caucus race, you choose a starting place. You can begin exactly where you like. In the caucus race, you run at your own pace. You'll be guaranteed to win a prize. Once you started, you've no worries. There's no reason to be hurried. Take it easy, stay lighthearted in the caucus race. In the caucus race, you just get out. And you can live exactly where you want. In the caucus race, you run a strong pace. You'll be guaranteed to win a prize. Caucus race, you choose a starting place. You can then begin and live exactly where you like. In the caucus race, you run a strong pace. You'll be guaranteed to win a prize.
The race is over.
But who won?
Everybody's going to. We almost have prizes.
But who's going to get the prizes?
Well, it's here, of course.
Prizes! Prizes!
Only a thimble.
Give it to me. We beg your acceptance of this elegant thimble.
I wonder if I'll ever see you again. Oh, the Duchess, oh my dear calls, oh my potion mistress. She'll have me executed as ferrets are ferrets. Where could I have drunk them, I wonder? Huh, Marianne, what are you doing out here? Run home and fetch me a pair of gloves and a fan. Quick, now! He thought I was his housemaid. How surprised he'll be when he finds out who I really am. Well, I better go get him his fan and gloves. That is if I can find them.
As she said this, Alice came upon a neat little house, on the door of which was a bright brass plate with the name W. Rabbit engraved upon it. She hurried in without knocking and found her way into a tiny room. Inside was a table, and on it was a fan and 2 or 3 pairs of tiny white gloves and a little bottle.
I found another bottle, it's given me a thought. I'm sure that something strange will happen if I can remove the cord. I'm tired of being little, sick of feeling small. Perhaps if I should try the string, I'll end up growing really tall.
What will become of me now, I wonder? I can't imagine what I should do. Is this a magical spell, I wonder? Things keep happening that hardly seem true. Much sooner than expected, it happened as before. But when she drank but half of it, she wished she hadn't known it all. Alas, it was too late, then she grew it through some more. It hardly any time to start feeling so uncomfortable. What will become of me now, I wonder? I can't imagine what I should do. Is this a magical spell, I wonder? Things keep happening that hardly seem true.
My head's against the ceiling, I can't get out the door. I wish I hadn't drunk so much, I hope I don't go anymore. My head's up the chimney, I'm kneeling on the floor. My arm is on the window and my elbows up against the wall.
What will become of me now, I wonder? I can't imagine what I should do. Is this a magical spell, I wonder? Things keep happening that hardly seem true.
Things keep happening, strange things happening, curious happenings that hardly seem true.
Alice had grown so large that she was stuck fast inside the rabbit's house. Luckily for Alice, the little magic bottle had now had its full effect and she grew no larger.
It was much more pleasant at home when I wasn't always growing larger and smaller and being ordered about by mice and rabbits. I wonder what could have happened to me. I wonder what would happen next.
And, well, she might have wondered, for Alice herself could hardly believe what happened next. Firstly, the white rabbit came to look for his fan and glove, but found he couldn't get it. Bill the lizard was sent down the chimney to tackle the giant inside. Alice, with one sharp kick, sent him back up like a skyrocket. Then, the rabbit and his friends showered Alice with a barrel full of pebbles, which she noticed was some surprise were all turning into little cakes. Naturally, she tried one of them and was delighted to find that she could get shrinking directly. As soon as she was small enough, she ran out of the house and found herself safe in the thick woods.
The first thing I've got to do is grow to my right size again, and the second is to get into that lovely garden. I think that'll be the best plan.
It sounded like an excellent plan. The only difficulty was that she had not the smallest idea how to set it about. Alice looked all around her at the flowers and the blades of grass. There was a large She stretched herself up on tiptoe and peeked over the edge of the mushroom. Her eyes immediately met those of a large blue caterpillar.
Who are you? Said the caterpillar. Such a lazy food. Not alive to stare. That good thing's born. Legs there. Was the little fella's attitude. Who can say? Alice had to reply. It's been a strange old day, and I'm changing my size. It's not easy to explain. I tried, but I'm really not myself today. What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
Well, I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly. I don't quite understand it myself. Being so many different senses is very confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet. When you turn to a chrysalis, you will someday know, and after that to a butterfly. I'm sure you'll find it a little strange, won't you?
Not at all.
Or perhaps your feelings may be different. All I know is it felt very strange to me.
You? Who are you? Come back here, said the caterpillar. Doing flights and sears of a caterpillar. I got something that you want to hear. It's this. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No, so you think you've changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am, sir. I don't remember things as I used to, and I don't stay the same size for more than 10 minutes.
Repeat, Father William.
You're old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you insistently stand on your head. You think at your age is right. And your youth, Father William, replied to his son, I feared it might injure your brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why to do it again and again.
That's not right, said the caterpillar. You can't be precise.
I've lived to worse.
Not a solitary wanderer at the meeting that I thought this night.
Nothing's right today. I don't like changing soft enough, but I would like to be a little larger for mine. 3 inches is such an awful height to be.
It's a very good height indeed. I don't know what's wrong with your size. You shouldn't worry so, you shouldn't criticize. You'll get used to being inches high. It's the perfect height and I should know. Please excuse me now, I have to go.
How puzzling all these things are. I'm never sure which one to happen from 1 minute to another. Anyways, I've got to get into that beautiful garden. How's that to be done, I wonder?
As she said this, Alice suddenly came upon an open place with a little house in it, about 4 feet high. For a minute or two, she stood looking at the little house, wondering what to do next, when a footman came running out of the wood and went to the front door.
More
More
letters!
More
Letters! More letters!
The Queen has invited the Duchess to play.
along with the others again are prepared.
The Duchess will gladly receive the Queen and invite to join her for days on the green. There's no point in knocking, you'll never get in. Besides, they're all making a terrible hit.
The syrup, the peppers you put in the soup. The cow was like grinning from ear to ear. The reason the tickle was not very clear. The Duchess was nursing the baby that sneezed. Howling and screaming gets down on her knees. Walk on my baby, stop the stool. Watch for the soft condition, y'all. Beat him and chain, throw him around. If on his sleep, he hits the ground.
More.
There's certainly too much pepper in that soup. Please would you tell me why I attacked them?
It's Cheshire cat, that's why.
I didn't know cats could grin.
They all can, but sometimes.
I don't know of any that do.
Nope, they'll let you not say that.
Please mind what you're doing. Oh, there goes his precious nose.
If everybody minds their own business, the world would go faster than it does.
Which wouldn't be an advantage. You see, it takes 24 hours to smell its axes.
Speaking of axes, chop off her head.
24 hours, I think. Or is it 12?
Oh, don't bother me. I'm not good with numbers here. You may next for a bit if you like.
Alice carried the baby out into the open air where it started to grunt. She told it if it was going to turn into a pig, she had nothing more to do with it. It grunted again, so violently that she set the little creature down and felt quite relieved to see it trot away into the woods.
If it would have gone up, it would have been a dreadfully ugly top. Better they surround the handsome pig, I think.
As Alice turned around, she was a little startled to see the Cheshire cat.
Cheshire cat, would you please tell me which I ought to go from here?
That depends if you tell me what you want to do.
I don't care much where.
Well, then it doesn't matter. Well,
What sort of people live about here?
in that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives my chair. Is it either you like? They're both mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, I can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
You must have been mad company.
I should like it very much, but I haven't been invited yet.
Just see you. By the way, I really forgot to ask. What became of the baby?
It turned into a pig.
I thought it would.
With that, the Cheshire cat vanished, beginning with the end of the tail and ending with the grin, which remained sometime after it had gone.
I've often seen a cat without a grin. But a grin without a cat is the most curious thing I've ever seen. Flying rabbits with strange habits that run around in a basket. Never having time to turn around. Long hallways, small doorways, where sometimes the long always curiosity, the things I found.
Alice, Alice, please understand. These are the things that happen in a wonderland. Alice, Alice, please understand. These are the things that happen in a wonderland.
Loud sneezing, rain teasing, the words
After watching the Cheshire Cat slowly vanish, Alice set off once more. She had not gone much further before she came into sight of the house of the March Hare. She thought it must be the right house because the chimneys were shaped like ears and the roof was thatched with fur. There was a table set out under a tree in front of the house where the March Hare and the Hatter were having tea. A dormouse was sitting between them, fast asleep.
No room, no room. There's plenty of room. Would you like some wine?
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Well, it wasn't very silly of you to offer it.
Well, it wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make any personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is your raven like the writing desk?
I believe I can guess that.
You can find an answer to it.
Exactly so.
Then you can say what you mean. I do. I mean what I say is the same thing.
Not the same thing a bit. You might as well say, and eat what I see is the same as I see what I eat.
I just as well say that I get what I want is the same thing as I like. I'm not asleep, but I agree the same thing as I agree when I sleep.
It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you the butter wouldn't fix it.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have gotten in with it. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife.
It was the best butter.
What a funny watch. It tells you what day of the month it is and not what o'clock it is.
Why? Does yours tell what year it is?
Of course not. That's because it stays the same year for such a long time.
Which is the same case as mine.
I don't quite understand.
The dormouse is asleep again.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea. I'm mad as a hatter. I've never felt better. It's hard to believe that I'm out of my mind, but I'm mad as a hatter. So pass me the butter, 'cause life is a tea party all of the time. He's mad as a hatter. He's never felt better. It's hard to believe that he's out of my mind. Pass me the butter. It's a tea party all of the time. Ravens are rather like desks. Tell me if you think it's true. You won't be able to guess. I've really not got up. He's mad as a hatter. He's never felt better. It's hard to believe that he's out of his mind, but he's mad as a hatter. So pass him the butter, 'cause life is a tea party all of the time. Ravens are rather like this. I had a quarrel with him. Now he does nothing I ask. He was a good friend of. He's mad as a hatter. He's never felt better. It's hard to believe that he's out of his mind, but he's mad as a hatter. So pass him the butter, 'cause life is a tea party all of the time. I'm a clean cut, let's move one place on. I find it hard to explain. Thoughts that go round in my head. Dormouse is sleeping again. You better go back too. He's mad as a hatter, he's never felt better. It's hard to believe that he's out of his mind, but he's mad as a hatter. So pass him the butter, 'cause life is a tea party all of the time. I'm mad as a hatter, I've never felt better. It's hard to believe that I'm out of my mind, but I'm mad as a hatter. So pass me the butter, 'cause life is a tea party all of the time.
I'll never go there again. That was the stupidest tea party I've ever been to in all my life.
Just as she said this, Alice noticed that one of the trees had a door leading right into it. Curious indeed, but in she went. She found herself at last in the beautiful garden among the bright flower beds
you please tell me why you're painting those roses?
We also have regular studies on what Queen talked about. We're all the Queen! The Queen! Make way for the Queen of Hearts.
Who is this?
Silly name. What is your name, child?
Alice, Your Majesty.
And who are these?
How shall I know? It's no business of mine.
Off with her head! Off with her!
Nonsense.
Consider, she is only a child. And what have y'all been doing here? Well, we were. I see. Off with their heads.
You can't behead them.
Are their heads off? Yes, my queen, their heads are off. Do you play croquet?
Yes.
Come on then. It's a very nice day.
Very. Where's the Duchess?
Hush, she's under a sentence of execution.
What for?
She boxed the queen's ears. Oh, hush, the queen will hear you. You see, she came rather late, and the queen said, "Off with her head!"
They're dreadfully fond of beheading people here. As long as there's anyone left alive. I don't think they could have fared it, and they quarreled dreadfully. Not at all. She's so likely to win. That's her was finishing the game.
Who are you talking
A friend of mine, Cheshire Cat. Allow me to introduce it.
to? I don't like to look at it all. Never make this my name. Not. Don't be impertinent. Don't look at me like that.
A cat may look at a key.
It must be removed. I wish you had this cat removed. Off with its head. Have you seen the mock turtle yet?
I don't even know what a mock turtle is.
The thing mock turtle soup is made of.
I've never seen or heard of one.
Come on then, we shall tell you the history. Griffin! You lazy thing, and take this young lady to the mock turtle. I must go see some Massachusetts governors.
Alice was left alone with the griffin. She didn't quite like the look of the creature, but she thought it would be as safe to go with him as it would be go with the queen. They hadn't gone far before they saw the mock turtle, sitting sad and lonely on the little ledge of rock.
What is his sorrow?
This girl's never sorry.
I told her to sit down, both of you. Once I was a real turtle, when we were little, we used to go to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why would you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he told us why you really are dull.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question.
We went to school in the sea. We had the best of educations. In fact, we went to school every day.
I went to a day school too.
With extras
Yes, French and music.
and washing.
Certainly not.
Then yours was a very good school. At ours, we had French, music, and washing. Only took the regular course.
And what was that?
Drilling and riffing, of course, to begin with, and then the different branches of arithmetic. Addition, distraction, amplification, and erosion.
How many hours a day did you do lessons?
10 hours a day the first day, and 9 the next, and so on.
What a curious plan.
That's the reason I call it lessons, because they lesson from day to day. Anyway, that's enough about lessons. Let's get on with the games now.
Were you ever introduced to a lobster?
I once tasted, no, never.
Do you have no idea what a delightful thing lobster quadrille is?
If you listen then you'll see the light of the game. Clear the jellyfish down away and then begin. Take his hand, dance together on. Change your partner and turn around and do it all again. Two turtles and everyone, we're all having the best of fun. Join the party, it just begun. Nobody can go off again. Seals and turtles and everyone, we're all having the best of fun. Join the party just begun. Come on and do lots of dance. Seals and turtles and everyone, we're all having the best of fun. Join the party just begun. Come on and do lots of dance.
Thank you. It's a very interesting dance to watch. Also, guard rule, or shall we not? Turtle singing another song.
Would you like me to?
Yes, very much indeed. The trial is starting. Come on. What trial is it? Come on.
Alice and the Griffin hurried off to the courtroom. Alice had never been in a court of justice before, but she had read about it in the books. She was pleased to find that she knew the name of nearly everything there.
That's the judgment of great wit. And that's the jury box. And those 12 creatures are supposed to have jurors. What are they doing? They're writing down their names. They fear they might forget them. Silly things. I wish they hand out refreshments already. Silence in the court. Harold, read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some hearts all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he took those hearts, took them quite away.
Who stole the tarts?
He did, he did.
Who stole the tart?
Was the knave who stole the tarts.
Who stole the tarts?
He did, he did.
Who stole the tarts?
Was the knave who stole the tarts. Puts him in the prison and lock him up, lock him up. Puts him in the prison and throw away the key. Puts him in the prison and lock him up, lock him up. Puts him in the prison and throw away the key.
Never mind.
Not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Never mind. Call the next witness.
The next witness.
Take off your hat.
It's not mine, sir.
Take off your hat.
I'm afraid it isn't mine.
Whose hat is it?
Stolen, stolen.
Whose hat is it?
He has stolen someone's hat. Puts her in the prison and lock her up, lock her up. Puts her in the prison and throw away the keys. Puts her in the prison and lock her up, lock her up. Puts her in the prison and throw away the keys.
I'd rather finish my tea, ma'am.
You may go. Just take his head off outside.
Ah!
Call the next witness.
The next witness.
Give your evidence.
No!
Who baked the tarts?
She did, she did.
Who baked the tarts?
Was the cook who baked the tarts.
What's in the tarts?
Pepper, pepper,
What's in the tart?
I put pepper in the tarts.
Puts her in the prison and lock her up, lock her up. Puts her in the prison and throw away the keys. Puts her in the prison and lock her up, lock her up. Puts her in the prison and throw away the keys.
Never mind. Call the next witness.
Alice?
Here. What do you know about this business? Nothing. Nothing whatsoever? Nothing whatsoever.
That's very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means.
Right. Let's get on with it. Consider your verdict. Let the jury consider your verdict.
This person is very Stop and nonsense. The very idea of a sentence first. Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. I won't. for you. You're nothing but a pack of cards.
At this point, the whole pack of cards rose into the air and came flying down upon her. She gave a little scream, half of fright and half of anger, and tried to beat them off. She found herself on the bank with her head in the lap of her sister, who was gently brushing away some dead leaves that had fluttered down from the trees upon her face.
Wake up, Alice. You're wild and long sleepyhead.
Oh, I've had such a curious dream. Here's lady, here's baby, strange things play in weird places. How can I describe the things I see?